Out there in the world of the syndicate. Happy to see all you guys, and thank you for tuning in. This is episode 5 of Tuesday Training. You guys know me. I'm Tony Merwin. It even says it on the screen in case you forgot. And we got a really special show today. I'm super excited about the opportunity that I have to be able to spotlight this gentleman. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of story about how I know this guy, but Michael Newton is our guest today that we'll be bringing on shortly, and you'll see his name in the little banner scroll on the bottom. But this is an intersection of dangerous greatness that's happening on this show today. Just to help everybody understand what's actually going on, Mike and I are pretty much on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. We are basically perfect competitors in the world of Medicare wholesale, right? I work in the AmeriLife organization, right, or conglomeration, as you will, as one of their wholesale groups. And Mike, same thing. He's on the opposite side with the Integrity Group, and Tidewater Management is one of their wholesale groups. So we both work with agents all across the nation in the Medicare world, senior market products. But for all intents and purposes, we are exact competitors. Right. However, we're also good buddies, and we've gotten to know each other over the years as two people that really care about the industry, care about the people that are involved in it. We always want to make sure that we are doing the right thing by the agent. And as we noticed that our reputations were growing in that direction, we knew it was inevitable that at some point we got to get together and kind of talk about this and have some fun together. So, I hope the Medicare world doesn't explode today when we both get on screen, but it is a possibility. It's almost like the nexus of the universe is about to come to fruition here. But Mike is a phenomenal example. I remember one day I'm in my office and I'm talking to an agent. I can't remember exactly what state he was in right now. I want to say maybe Tennessee or South Carolina. I forget. But I'm talking to an agent who's looking for Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I do not have Blue Cross Blue Shield. As some of you might know, Blue Cross Blue Shield is generally a different entity in just about every state. It's kind of hard to get a national contract with them. It's more of a regional deal. And I don't have access to them. But I knew Mike Newton did. So I'm like, you know what? I know this is a good dude. This is a good agent. I want to make sure he's taken care of. So I was like, hey, do yourself a solid. Call Mike Newton over at Tidewater. He's got access to Blue Cross. He can get you fixed up. Tell him I sent you. And he'll take good care of you. So sure enough, that guy calls Mike Newton. Mike Newton gets him fixed up. I get a phone call from Mike Newton that says, hey, man, thank you. You're a good dude. The fact that I'm your competitor and you referred an agent to me to help me out, to help that agent out, to make sure that that agent is getting what he wants, what he needs, and I'm doing the right thing. He's like, that's tip top. Thank you. And I'm like, well, I kind of know you have a similar reputation, so I got no issues with that. About another week later, I get a card in the mail that is a thank you card handwritten from Mike Newton with a gift card inside as a thank you again for that referral. Like, that's the kind of guy that Mike is. That's the kind of people that I enjoy interfacing with in this business. We're there to work with the agents to help them out and grow that. So that's the kind of guy we're bringing on. I want to get him up on stage again. He is the key account executive with Tidewater Management. Let's get him up here and chat with him for a minute. Dude.
Hey, whoa.
What is going on?
The Medicare world just blew up. It just exploded.
It's all over.
What are we doing?
Hurricane Ian's got nothing on us.
Woo! Watch out now. Watch out.
Yeah, maybe that's a little too soon. I'm sorry. But what are you up to this morning, my brother?
Dude, man, Tony, I'm just trying to keep
Hello?
up with you. Trying to keep up with you, man. Trying to keep up with you.
Oh, come on.
Dude, you know how it is, man. It's AEP. Like, dude, we're ready to go. Like we're ready to go.
Yeah.
But now, man, I'm just happy to be here. Tony, the introduction you had was awesome. I love you to death, man. You're right. We're competitors. And I love your mindset. I love the way you help people. I love the way that you're all just bringing value. Each one teach one. And I'm just
Yeah.
happy to be here. So hopefully I can bring some
Awesome.
value to the group today.
Absolutely, man. Well, we are certainly excited to have you. This is going to be a great opportunity. I know you're talking about team building strategies. Is that right?
You got it, my friend. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, and what a great place. I love building teams. It's one of the things that I've always kind of prided myself on as a skill set, the ability to pour into people and kind of grow teams and set that up. So I'm excited to see what you have in store for us. Just to kind of get a little more into your background, though, how'd you get into the insurance business?
Accidentally, man, like everybody else. So I was in college. I was a senior at NC State,
Okay.
and I was looking for a job. I went to a career fair at the college, and all the companies and the vendors that were there. Hey, my light just went out, so I'm live. But so man, I'm at this career fair, and like nothing intrigues me. I'm like, man, this all seems like a bunch of shit. I don't want to deal with this. So check this out, man. So at the time, I was a senior at NC State, and I was working at Chick-fil-A. And a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, man, you should check out this platform. It's called Craigslist." And and people post jobs on there. I was like, "Oh, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it out." I went on Craigslist. So Todd, the CEO of Tidewater, had an ad on Craigslist, and I responded to it. Well, it was Todd and Chad, two people, and he hired me. So he took a chance on me, and I studied business and Spanish in college. Had no idea I was going to get into insurance, and I just stumbled here. So I was the third employee at Tidewater, and now we have close to 30. And just stumbled into it, and God, I am happy I did
Yeah,
because
it's a
it is
great industry,
awesome.
right?
It's amazing. I love
So
it.
how long ago was that?
So it'll be 11 years next April.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's
So
some great growth. 3 employees to what'd you say, 30 now?
yeah, we're almost up to 30 and still growing. So trying to build that team,
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example of team building. Awesome, man.
That's right, man.
Cool, cool. Well, tell you what, man, we are going to turn this floor over to you guys. Tune in because Mike is going to give you his experience in building teams. He's going to talk to you about some strategies to help you build teams. And with that said, Mr. Newton, the
Man.
floor is yours.
Wow. Hey, well, just big shout out again to Tony for organizing this. Tony, I can't speak more highly of him. He's an amazing team builder, and he has proven it time and time again. But I'm just happy to be here. So, folks, look, I just wanted to jump right into it. I enjoy telling stories about growth and things that worked well for us and things that didn't work well for us. So hopefully it brings value to you if you're looking to grow a team, or not even maybe a team, but a hierarchy or employees or whatever it might be. My goal today is just to bring you value and strategies that helped us a lot. And the first thing I want to start off with is so my business mentor, about 10 years ago, when I first started in this industry, told me, said, every great business is built around people. People have to be involved. And that really stuck with me. And something for me that I like to train our partners on and talk to our partners about is you have to have people on your team. In order to get to that next level, to scale, to free yourself up, to do things that you're good at, you have to surround yourself with good people. Look, folks, I will tell you, I am not an operations person. I am not. I'm not good with the paperwork aspect of this business. I like the sales and the marketing and the relationships. But the fact that I have a team that does that, they are operations specialists. It frees me up to go do what I'm talented in, and that's build relationships. So today I want to give you some strategy, some things, and tell you a story about how we have grown this business and some things that have worked well for us. And the first thing I want to talk to you about is love languages. Whether you're building a hierarchy, which is downlines, or whether you're hiring employees, I want to talk to you about love languages because they're important. And it's one of the first questions I ask, whether it's a new employee or it's somebody brand new joining our hierarchy. And if you're not familiar with love languages, there's quite a few of them. But it's I was presented to this by my mentor, and the reason why he told me about it is, Mike, when you're developing relationships, love languages are so important. So if you're talking to a potential broker partner that you're looking to bring onto your hierarchy, or a potential employee, find out what their love language is. And here's why. So, for many of you, if you're in a relationship, whether you're married or you're dating somebody, your partnership, whatever it might be, think about the relationship you have, right? So, for me, I love words of affirmation. Love words of affirmation. That is what drives me. Okay. My wife is the opposite. My wife loves spending time in the community and helping people, quality time. Okay. So we have two different love languages, right? And up until we learned about love languages, we we batted heads sometimes because we weren't speaking each other's love languages. So now my wife knows that, hey, Mike loves words affirmation, and I know that she likes quality time. It's the same exact thing with your broker partners that you're looking to attract to your team, or even your employees. Find out what their love language is, because if you're speaking the wrong love language to them, there's going to be some friction. Okay. So find out what their love language is. It's extremely important. It has helped me a ton. It has helped me a ton on how to manage a hierarchy and even manage employees. Find out what their love language is, because then you're speaking their language. Okay. So there's a book on it, Love Language. Check it out. It's a great book. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is awareness. This recently just happened. So here we are in growth mode. We recognize that the only way to scale a business is to hire people that are talented to do things that they're really good at, that we might not be good at here internally. And being aware of your surroundings. So if you're looking to hire employees, the best employees to hire are people that are already working. Okay. If you've got ads on Indeed and LinkedIn and all these things, and you're attracting people to fill out resumes that are not working, in our experience, you want people that are currently working. So let me give you an example. About 2 weeks ago, we just hired a brand new employee here. His name is Nick. Nick, at the time, was running an insurance agency, and he was also driving Uber at night to supplement some of his marketing costs to pay for his agency. Well, one of our partners was in town, and I called an Uber, and he came and picked me up at my house and drove me to dinner where I was meeting the partner. Well, on the way, the first thing I noticed was that Nick, on his Uber car, he had advertisements for his agency. So it immediately sparked my interest. I was like, I love what this guy's doing. And I got to talking to him. And I was like, hey, man, we are looking for people that are hustlers, that are going to take care of people, that bring value. I think that you might be a really good fit for our team. And we went back and forth for about a month because he wasn't sure. He was running an agency, he was driving Uber, he was doing well. Well, we just hired him to work here now at Tidewater, and he's phenomenal. He fits our concept. We understand his love language. I know his love language is words of affirmation. If he's watching right now, it was the first thing I asked him when we started training him. So, folks, be aware. One thing that I like to do, I have business cards, not business cards that say my name, who I work for, and my contact information. It's a business card with the opportunity. So if you're out in your community, if you're going to a restaurant, if you have a local grocery store, any of these places where people are working a lot of hours. I came from the restaurant industry. I know what it's like to work a lot of hours and not make a lot of money. It's out there. Make yourself some business cards that identify what the opportunity is. And if you find somebody that you think will fit your concepts, hand them your business card and start a conversation. Okay. That has worked great for me. All right. This is going to transition into the next thing, is your value proposition. Okay. Because your value proposition is all about how you can help somebody else grow. One thing my mentor told me is, he said, Mike, it's not about you. If you help enough people grow, you will grow. So when you're looking to hire, or when you're looking to, create a hierarchy, It's all about the people that are on your team. It's not about you, because when they grow, you grow. So having that right mindset and that right value proposition. Now, that value proposition is, maybe you are a large producer and you have experience in the field. You can help with sales training and presentations. You can help with marketing or technology. That's your value proposition. Or maybe you are in a position where now you're running the company, you're out of the field, and you have employees. Well, how does that employee coming under your wing, how are they going to grow? And your value proposition, it can change all of the time. Okay. In 2019, like Tony said earlier, we joined Integrity Marketing Group. When that happened, our entire value proposition changed, just like Tony's when his group joined AmeriLife, because the resources changed, the technologies changed, the everything changed. So stay flexible with your value proposition when you're out meeting people, because things happen, relationships change. And what I can tell you is the businesses that are stubborn and that are not willing to change, right? I like to talk about it as the Flintstones versus the Jetsons, right? Those that are looking more towards the Jetsons, the future, they're going to be the ones that succeed. If you've got a Flintstone mentality, you're going to struggle. We're seeing that in this industry, especially with technology. The Jetsons is very apparent. Tony mentioned Sunfire, the beginning of this. Tony, you can probably remember this as much as I can. That stuff was not available a couple of years ago, but it is now. It's a resource. It's part of your value proposition. Okay. So if you're looking to hire people, if you're looking to create a hierarchy, you got to create a value proposition for the other person. How are you going to help them grow? What exactly is it that you can say, hey, if you come under my wing and you come onto this platform, here's how I can help you grow. Okay. Value proposition. Here's another thing I want to hope this sticks with you. So this is something that as a lot of my teams are growing, whether it's hierarchy or employees or whatever it might be, that's part of the team. I always talk about PPC, people, process, culture. People, process, culture. When you're looking to hire, when you're looking to build teams, those are the foundations of building people, process, and culture. And what I will tell you is there are gonna be times when you're building, and people are gonna challenge you to potentially change your culture or change your process or change the kind of people that you're hiring. Don't. One of our agency partners the other day, he attracted a very large agency to his team, and this team was looking for advanced commissions. Well, he does not do advanced commissions, and he held his ground. And I was so proud of him, because that is his culture. His culture is, this is how we do business. This is how we work with our partners, and we're not changing that. So when you're looking to grow and build a team, people, process, culture. I will tell you, the culture is one of the most important things. The culture that you create, a culture of growth, of, hey, we have opportunity. A culture of, for us, for me, is I work for you. Okay. Nick will tell you, if you ever get a chance to talk to him, one of the first things I told him on his first day was, hey, look, man, I work for you. If you're not successful, I'm not successful. So having that mentality. Here's the other thing, and this took me a very long time to learn. So yes, I'm an executive here at Tidewater, but here's something to remember, folks. And this was really hard for me, because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about growth, just like Tony, just like a lot of other leaders are out there. You cannot expect someone to work as hard as you do, especially if you're the business owner, or even if you're an account executive. You can't, because let's just call it what it is, folks. You're in a higher position than them, which means you're probably making more money, which probably means you have better benefits, which probably means that you have a better package, right? You cannot expect somebody to work as hard as you do for the business that you're passionate about. Now, maybe over time they will, but one of the biggest things I see leaders get in trouble with is expecting something out of somebody that they just hired or somebody that they brought to their team. Okay. Be patient. Okay. Be patient. But on the flip side is, you also want to be able to hold those people accountable. If you set the standard high, set it high. Don't ever lower your goal. Don't ever lower the target. Always set the standard high. And if somebody is not meeting the standard, hold them accountable, but let them run. Let them run. Let them go do their thing. Don't micromanage them, but just let them know when they're not hitting the standard. You have to, as their leader, come to them and say, "Hey, you know what the standard is. You're not hitting the standard. How can I help you? How can I help you hit the standard?" Okay. Here's the other thing that I see people that hold on to people too long. If you follow Gary Vanderchuk, he's big on hire fast, fire faster. If somebody is not meeting the standards and consistently meeting the standards, this goes for hierarchy or employees, you have to address it. You have to. Because if you've got somebody that is in your organization that is not meeting the standard that you have set, that can affect your culture. Okay. You want a culture of winning. You want a culture of winners. You want a culture of hustlers, right? One of the first questions I ask somebody, the first questions, whether it's somebody that wants to join our team as a broker partner or somebody that wants to be an employee, the first question I said, "Do you feel lucky? Do you feel lucky?" And their response back to me, it tells me everything about them, everything. Because if they respond back with, "No, not really. I've got a lot going on, blah, blah, blah," I get a negative connotation. I don't want that on this team. I want winners. If somebody replies back with, "Yes, I do feel lucky. Lucky. Yeah, I feel lucky. I'm here talking to you. I feel lucky that I have this opportunity." That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that feels lucky and wants the opportunity to grow within this industry, right? So, it's really when you're looking at building teams, and fortunately, I can help bring some value because I've been on both sides, building the employee side and building the hierarchy side. It's all about people, folks. It is all about people and having the right mindset. The mindset of I work for you. I work for you. If you're not successful, I'm not successful. The organization will then not be successful. And having that servant mentality, I early on I struggled with that servant mentality. It was all about, oh well, hey, you work for me, right? You work for me. You need to do what I tell you to do. That did not go well at all, at all. What I can tell you is that servant mentality now of I work for you, I want to bring you value, I want to help motivate you, I want to help you build this business because what happens over time is when you continually attract people, whether that's in a hierarchy or whether that's in employees, you're going to create cheerleaders. Okay. You're going to create cheerleaders in your organization that are going to go out there and they're going to go find other people that are going to want to join your organization. I'll give you an example. My teammate, she sits right next to me in the other office. She's on our contracting team. She just recently got promoted. Her name is Caitlin, and she's very shy. She does not like being in the spotlight, but I know that she likes prosecco. She loves drinking prosecco with her fiance. I went out, I bought her a bottle of prosecco. I wrote her a handwritten thank you card. I put it on her desk, and I just congratulated her. Did not want to make a big deal of it, but I did that on a Friday. On the weekend, she went home and she celebrated with her fiance, saying, "Hey, my employer, they just got me a bottle of prosecco to celebrate." And I'm very excited for her growth. But now she's a cheerleader. She's doing well, and she's helping us find other people that could potentially be in that department. Um, and we're growing at a rapid rate, which is awesome. So just having that awareness, folks. There's a lot that goes into leadership. There's a lot that goes into building teams, but the biggest thing I could tell you, the biggest two takeaways, Tony, and I'm about to wrap up here, is people, process, culture. Have those be the foundation. I'll repeat it again: PPC, people, process, culture, and just having that awareness of your surroundings. Finding those people in your local community. Look out for the people that are already working. The bartenders, the people in the restaurants, the people at the grocery stores, the people that are not making a lot of money, they're working a lot of hours. And those are the people that if you see kindness in them, if you see good customer service. I came from Chick-fil-A. I learned a lot at Chick-fil-A, but those are the people that you want to attract to your team. The people that are working, the people that share your culture, And that is what has really helped us the most in scaling this business, is putting people in the right position. One more thing I'll leave with you, and Tony, hopefully I'm not rambling too bad. Folks, when you hire somebody, this is specific to employees. You might hire them for one position that might not be in 6 months the right position for them. Put people on the right, put them on the right seat on the bus. We've got somebody here in the office. She's been here over 9 years. She started as a recruiter for us. She quickly found out that that position was not right for her. She is now our contracting manager, and she is phenomenal. She's fantastic. So just because you hire somebody for one position, it doesn't mean that that could be their position long term. And we learn that sometimes you have to shift people into talents. We have another gentleman here. His name is Isaac. He started as a recruiter, as a marketer. He is now in our broker support team, and he does a phenomenal job. Sales just was not for him, but support was. So I hope that all these tips and tricks and strategies help you. Tony, I really appreciate you letting me do this. I think he'll be coming back online here. There he is. But I hope those strategies helped, because there's some stuff there that, was not taught to us. We kind of had to do trial by error. And that people process culture was huge for us. So Tony, thank you, man. You're amazing at what you do.
Yeah, man. The good stuff. Good stuff. I really enjoyed
Thank
that.
you,
I
brother.
took some great notes myself. I love the PPC idea. I really like that you brought up, don't get someone so affixed to their seat that they can't change, right? If you
Yeah, man.
realize we had the same thing here. We had a
Yeah.
gentleman, Federico Guardia. He's one of our top marketers now, executive guys. He's been here 14 years, I believe.
What an
He's killing it.
awesome
He's got an
name.
enormous distribution, but he started in contracting.
Yeah.
Right. He was our contracting manager, helping run contracts, get them processed, develop that process. And after
Yeah.
about a year or so, he's like, this is cool, but I think I would be a better fit in marketing. And we all, everybody kind of agreed. So we moved him into there.
Yeah.
And now the dude is absolutely lighting it on fire. If anybody
awesome.
out there knows Fetty, you know what a champion he is for the business.
Cool.
So yeah,
But
so
cool.
same thing, right?
But man, kudos to you and the team for recognizing that and not being stubborn enough in your business to say, no, you're staying here. Like,
right.
I mean,
we hired you for contracting, learn how to do contracting.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to being able to pivot, because it's not only moving him. Well, now you got to replace his position, right? In contracting. So that's awesome, man. It just speaks to the organization and you, man, how awesome you guys are to your people. So
absolutely. Cool. I do have a follow-up question for you. You said you just straight ask people when you're interviewing them, what's your love language?
Yes.
Do you get people that are like, I have no idea what you're talking about?
A lot of people have no clue. But it is what I will tell you, Tony, it is, and that's for employees and for brokers that we're trying to attract to our team. It's crucial, because, when you're in a leadership position, one of the things is you have to, you're not really a manager, but you got to manage a personality. Yeah. And if you're constantly sending somebody gifts and their love language is words of affirmation, they're going to be like, dude, I'm going somewhere else. Like, no, I'm out of here. Right.
I got a houseload of crap this guy sent me. I can't use.
I don't want any of it. Exactly. Yeah, man. So I'll ask them their love language, and I'll ask them if they feel lucky. Those are the two. Those are my two leaders. Yep.
I like those. Did you know that I wrote a whole article on LinkedIn about the love languages and relationship building from a professional viewpoint?
I got to check it out, man.
Yeah. I talked a little bit about our story in there too, about how we met, that everything that I told at the beginning of this about the Blue Cross referral that I sent you and our relationship sparked from there. That is in there. I actually reference it. I don't call you out by name in the article, but I referenced that story in the article. But it's on my LinkedIn page. You can go check it out. It's developing effective relationships in business. But I go through the 5 love languages and how you can use them, not just, obviously, when the guy wrote the book, Gary Chapman, I think is his name, if I remember correctly. Right. When he wrote that book, obviously he wrote it for intimate relationships, right?
Yes.
Between two mates, 2 spouses or whatever. And then I think it's gone on from there, although I can't say, but I think he's developed some more professional versions of the book. But I kind of took that concept and just wrote it in a professional light. Like, how can you use those love languages to establish and build and grow your relationships with your professional colleagues and so forth. So great stuff, man.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. I've learned a lot from you, Tony. Look,
Great
man, I've been following you for years now,
stuff. I really
and
appreciate you have in store. I don't know what happened there, but let's go ahead and just wrap it up since we're
sounds
getting
good.
some outages of some sort. Thanks again. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm here every day, every Tuesday, I should say, at 9 a.m. We've got Michael Benyaminov coming up next week. So
Ooh,
tune in
good
for that
one.
one. He is an absolute life and ACA master, and I know he's got some good stuff to teach you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you again, Mike, for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week on Tuesday Trainings. Have a good
Thank you,
one.
brother. Thanks, Tony.